Alright guys, I got my bag packed. If you ever see a restaurant that looks like this, chances are it's really good or it's really bad. This is Beto's off of Washington Boulevard in Ogden, Utah. And looks like my change oil light just came on in my car. Interesting. I'm getting myself a burrito and then I hate myself enough that I'm going to take another load in a day cab over the road. So I'm going to Denver today. I just booked my load home tomorrow. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna get some Mexican food and then go to Denver. Yay. No, it'll be fun, we'll be all right. He thought I was taking the dump truck. I'm not. That was my other driver. Got the paperwork. Here's the trailer. Let's go get the truck warm. So I've got these 3 trucks that I can choose between. All 3 of them are IFTA. Oh, hold on, let me go put my bag in this one. All right, so that truck hasn't been driven really since I took it to California. We did get a new DPF particulate filter put on it, and that was done by the warranty and Peterbilt. Had a radiator leak, but it was just a hose. I was really worried, but I think it's all right. Or I could take these 2 trucks. Now, nobody's driving these 2 trucks right at this current moment. I'm not going to take the one with the bumper guard because that one has a speed limiter set to 70. This one and this one are 75. This one's got the brand new big Cummins engine in it, so it pulls better, but it's got the stupid radar on it. So if somebody swerves in front of me to pass me, it'll turn my cruise control off and it beeps at you when someone's more than or less than 2 seconds ahead of you. So I don't know if I want to take that one. This one has the little PACCAR engine, so it does not do very good going up hills, and it has the RPM governor, so it's hard to shift going up hills, but it can go the fastest because this one's set at 75 or 77, I believe. And it gets better gas mileage, and I don't have radar or the beepers when you change lanes. So I think even though it's got the pathetic little PACCAR engine in it, I think I'm going to take this one. Just because I don't like the beeping noise when someone swerves in front of you when they pass you and it turns your cruise control off and beeps at you. I hate it so much on these 2 trucks. So we're going to take this one, the white, whatever you call it, truck. So I'm going to do a pre-trip, get it started, then we're going to get headed to Denver. So be a good time. Put my sunglasses on. It's kind of bright outside. Good time. Let's get the truck rolling. Crank that sucker up. Alrighty. So I done my pre-trip. Everything looks good. I don't know why that wheel's so dirty. It's not leaking oil. There's oil in it. And I'm kind of on a hill. But I wonder if, oh, come on. Go back in, stupid. These little rubber caps are sometimes hard to put back on. But it looks like there's oil on it, but there's not. Unless it was overfilled at one point. I don't know. Got my chains. Not that I'll need chains. It should be nice and sunny. That side clearance light is not working, but it's not a big deal. I'll be all right. Heidi ho, we're good to go. Finally moving. I just have to say, I am not looking forward to going up the mountain into Evanston, Wyoming. No siree. But I think it's worth it to not have the beeping radar at me when someone pulls out in front of me or swerves in front of me after passing me. You know, cars love to do that. They just get over super fast as soon as they pass you on the 2-lane freeway. And that's not fun when your truck's like, oh, hey, there's someone in front of you. Let's turn off cruise control. Like, no, I just want to keep going the same speed. I don't want it to beep at me when I go over the lines. So, anyways, going through Morgan Canyon right now. There's the mountains, and then up into Evanston. So we'll be in Evanston in not too long. So, fun. Now here they make everyone that doesn't have a transponder, they check everyone's registration. So you always have to stop here unless you have a transponder and they give you the red light. Anyways, yeah, so here, Evanston, Wyoming, check, done. Headed through the emptiness of Wyoming now on I-80. Let's get driving. All right, we are in the plains of Wyoming now. I just got through Rock Springs. No, yeah, Green River, Rock Springs area. And I'm gonna try and get fuel at the Maverick that is in, shoot, where is it? Rawlins? I think it's Rawlins. So I'm going to try and go to get fuel. Maverick says that there's a gas station there that has diesel pumps, and it's $3.45 a gallon. So I'm going to get fuel there. I could go to the one in Laramie, Wyoming. Let's see. I am like, oh, come on, zoom in, baby. Why is it not zooming in? My phone does not want to zoom in. There you go. I am sitting right about a quarter of a tank. So, I don't know. I think I'll be all right. Yeah, I could make it to Laramie, but the price on the Maverick app is showing the same, so I just, with this truck having the little tank, it only has 170 gallon fuel capacity. I just don't want to push it too hard, so I'm 105 miles away from Rawlins where I'll get fuel. So, yeehaw. Alrighty, we made it. I don't know what this guy's doing. I definitely had enough fuel to get to Laramie, but we'll stop here because I have to go to the bathroom. Come on. Also, if you guys watched my last video where I took this truck to California, I had the problem there at the end where this tank didn't have any prime. So we took this hose off and cleaned it, and it's working now. So I just put 40 gallons in this tank, so it's working now. Just if you guys were wondering and needed an update. This burrito looks a little bit small, but at least it was free, so I guess it's okay. It's a pork, green chili verde pork burrito from Maverick. If it wasn't free, it would have been like $6, so I wouldn't pay $6 for this, but you know, whatever. It's all right. Got my water, and yeah, we're gonna get headed to the hotel in Denver. Wow, the mountains look cool here. Like the rolling hills. I don't know why this window's so dirty and smeared. I need to wipe it off. My windshield's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, so we are currently in between the mountain pass that I'm on right now. We just passed Laramie a bit ago, so we're in between Laramie in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Gonna turn down on I-25. At least I think it's I-25. Yeah, the truck's holding up pretty good, even for being, I'm literally 79,000 pounds right now. That's my total gross weight, so I'm pretty heavy. But the truck is doing pretty good. Even with the RPM governors, I'm going up the hills pretty good. I stopped for a second at the rest stop back there, and I made some calls, and I got myself a hotel reservation in Fort Collins tonight at the, what's it called? The Wyndham in Fort Collins. Yeah, it was like 80 bucks. So it's even got breakfast included, but I might not get any breakfast because I got to wake up pretty early tomorrow to deliver this load. And then I got to once I'm empty, I got to go to this other place and drop the trailer. They're going to load it for 3 hours. So, anywho's a what's it? That's the plan. Stop in Fort Collins, sleep for the night, get a little bit of rest, wake up early tomorrow morning and drive down to Denver, get unloaded, drop the trailer, get reloaded, and yeah, that's my plan. Holy cow, that's a big cylinder, whatever the frig that was that I just passed. It's kind of like raining, so my windshield wipers. Anyways, there's a dozer right there. I wonder what they're doing to that Chevron. So we are almost to Cheyenne, Wyoming, then turn south on I-25. That's where we're going. I bit my lip and it really hurts. So we're here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Here's the truck. And we're staying at this hotel here. Let me show you. So the reason I chose this hotel is because it looked like it had the biggest parking lot, but unfortunately there's too many light poles and cars, so I can't pull through the parking lot. But luckily there's a closed road right here, this little side street. There's I-25 over there. So I just pushed this cone over and backed up here. So I won't be here too long, just 12 hours or something. No, not even. I'll be here for 9 hours. Then I'll wake up and start heading to Denver, so won't be here too long. Let's go to bed. There we go. Got it. I'm just an idiot, don't worry. All right, well, let's see if I can, open this window like this. Oh, yeah. Perfect. I can see the truck out there. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. Rise and shine. It's 5 in the morning. Let's get rockin' and rolling. That's how we roll. So, for the sake of time, I'm not gonna record everything, but the broker's telling me that this load, so I just dropped an empty trailer. I already got unloaded this morning, and then came here to HD Supply in Denver. They're loading me up with DeWalt tools, I believe. Let's see, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go this way, turn right. But now I'm bobtail, so I can go anywhere I want in Denver today. So we're gonna go somewhere really fun. Yeah. And by really fun, I hope you understood that I meant it's really not that much fun. Yes, we are in the Aurora, Colorado Flying J truck stop. This place is horrible. Whew, I'm a little bit out of breath because I've been walking so much, but I park in the very back of this place if I come here, and I don't come here very often. All right, guys, so we're here at the truck stop. This truck stop is horrible. I hate it here. I mean, it's really not, like, it's not the staff at Flying J's fault, but every time I come here, there's always an accident. And even just now, as I was walking over there, some dude just ripped the cattle guard off of the dude next to him with his trailers he was pulling out. That's what those cops were over there for. And I wanted to take pictures of it or record it, but there was too many people standing around. And every time I come here, there's always an accident. So I don't come here unless I, you know, really have to or whatever. I try to only come here if I'm doing a drop trailer load, so I'm bobtail. You're a little bit safer in the bobtail area. But every time I come here, there's always something's going on. Someone's hitting somebody or wrecking somebody else's truck. It's a bloodbath. But this truck stop does have kind of a little bit of a weird place in my heart. No, that's a bad way to say it. The very first time I came here was one of the worst days in my life when it came to trucking. So I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a trucking story time about this truck stop, and also why we don't hire drivers that are inexperienced and need training. So it's been over a year now. Too late to file a claim against me if my cargo insurance claim. It's been over a year since we've had this driver driving for us, working for us, and this whole incident, well, multiple incidents. We had 3 accidents from one driver who was, I mean, he was a nice driver, but his spatial awareness was just horrible, and he got in 3 pretty significant accidents. And finally, the 3rd try, we're like, we can't do this. You just obviously can't drive semi-trucks. So anyways, story time, and it'll relate in at the end why I'm talking about this truck stop while I'm here. So we had a driver, we hired him. He'd had his CDL for 6 months. He got it through someone else. But he started out hauling trash. Now, hauling trash is like the easiest job you can do. Like, you just go to the landfill and back, same thing every day. You're not waiting to get unloaded. You just drop the trailer on the tipper and dump it. That, like, literally easiest job ever. The only downside is you're going to the landfill where it smells really bad every day. So it's honestly the easiest gig. But this was 2022 about. We just started really getting to over the road driving, and I was still new at dispatching, and I really needed drivers because I had all these loads. You know, 2022, 2021, great times to be in the trucking over the road market, and I just needed drivers. So he was doing this garbage run. He missed his turn, got high-sided on a 2-lane road because he was trying to do a U-turn. He turned his lockers on and ripped out the rear ends on the truck he was driving at the time, which we actually still have. It's a nice little truck. Anyways, he felt really bad about it, and we got it dumped, got it back to the yard and fixed. But I was like, okay, well, let's put you on over the road. You'll make more money. It's easier. No, like literally all you got to do is open the doors and back into docks. That's it. So he's like, okay, we'll do that for a little bit. So he's already had his first accident. He ripped the rear ends out of a day cab truck going to the landfill. Next accident, he's here in Denver. I get him a load home, hauling water bottles, Denver to Salt Lake City, Utah. And as he's leaving Denver, where the 270 becomes 270 becomes I-250 or 25, he rear ends a lady on the freeway who's driving a brand new Bronco. She'd only had it for a month. I'm not kidding you. Brand new freaking truck, or brand new car. He hits it, rear ends her, and you know, luckily the car, I don't remember if it was totaled or not, but it was a pretty big claim on our insurance to get it fixed. The truck was basically fine. It was a Peterbilt 579, so they have the mesh grills. So the mesh was bent in a little bit, and he did hit the condenser, so his AC was out. But the radiator was fine, so he was able to drive it home. Whatever. Well, he tries to deliver his load the next day, and because he slammed on his brakes in the accident super hard, the whole load shifted forward and they rejected the load. And yeah, that was really horrible. That sucked a lot. The broker wasn't responding to me. They're like, oh, we'll figure out what to do. Just hold on a second. Now, at the time, I should have just left it. It wasn't worth my time. But then, frickin', I'm like, well, I'll save the day. The shipper said they'd receive the load if we just got it restacked. So I'm like, okay, I'll restack the whole load. So I have a dock in my yard. I backed the trailer up and I spent 8 hours restacking that whole stupid load of water bottles. And as soon as I get it ready, I make myself an appointment to go to the delivery place. The broker calls me back and says, hey, shipper finally responded. We need you to bring the trailer back to Denver. I'm like, oh, you kidding me, man? Kidding me? Anyways, the driver was still in shell shock. We gave him a forced volunteer vacation for 2 weeks to calm down. I brought the trailer back here to Denver, dropped it at the shipper for 5 days. I kid you not, like 4 or 5 days. And basically, they were going to determine if the load was worth restacking or if they could resell it, restructure it, whatever, or what they wanted to do with it. Now, I had spent all that time restacking the load, but it's water bottles. They were already kind of damaged and weak. So they fell over again, even with all my load locks coming back here to Denver, the 500 miles or so. We dropped the trailer there Monday. I didn't start heading home until Thursday or Friday. Eventually, oh, here was the funniest thing. The broker was like, we're gonna have to claim your insurance for $90,000. I was like, okay, no, you're not. I did the math on how, like, all the water bottles, because the bill of lading tells you how many water bottle packs. They're packs of 24, and you calculated it out. It's like the receiver sells them for like $6 a pack. So it was like $9,000 total if like the whole shipment would have been sold at the store. So I was arguing with the broker like, hey, if you're going to claim me for $90,000, you're going to have to give me an itemized receipt. That's ridiculous. Anyways, long story short, eventually the shipper gave me the okay to do what they call donate or dispose. And that's what, when you have damaged product, that's typically what they do. But I had to bring it back here because the shipper is the one that has to make the call if I can scrap the load or not, if that makes sense, because they're the ones that write it off or they claim it on my insurance. But since they made the call to dispose of it, it doesn't go on my insurance and I didn't get a cargo claim. So yeah, that was probably my worst week ever in trucking. It was so bad. But the reason that I'm talking about this is because the 5 days that I was waiting for them to decide what to do with that trailer, I was sitting right here in this Flying J truck stop, just bobtail, waiting for them to decide what to do with it. And I swear I saw like 10 accidents in those 4 days I was sitting here, 4 nights or whatever it was. It was scary. Anyways, we didn't get the claim. Luckily I have the connection to the landfill, so I was able to take a load that we took to the landfill for about 21 tons, and I sent that to the broker and said, hey, this is my receipt for the disposal of the water bottles, even though it wasn't. And we eventually donated most of the water bottles to the homeless shelter or the soup kitchen, whatever. But yeah, that was probably the worst week in my life since we started driving truck over the road. Luckily, it ended up all right. We didn't get the claim, but the driver, you're gonna shake your head at me. We didn't fire him after that. No, I booked him another load out to Kansas City, and on the way to Kansas City, he stopped at the Love's truck stop in Platte, Nebraska. And he must have been tired or something, because he swung way too tight and ripped the front off of somebody else's truck. Oh my gosh, I kid you not, I kid you not. So we got rid of him after that, you know, 3rd time's the charm. But that's one of the reasons we don't hire new drivers. unless it's somebody I know or somebody that's worked for us as an operator that I know can handle themselves in a big piece of equipment. Most of my drivers, I prefer to have 2 to 3 years of experience. And even on top of that, I mean, most of the drivers I have now, they all have over 10 years experience. So, you know, you really can't mess around with that. I don't have enough trucks to have as backups in case somebody rips the front off of my truck. I don't have the ability like a big trucking company would be to cover up for an accident or have plenty of backup trucks just sitting in the yard ready to go. And for me and my insurance, we have very good insurance, very good safety rating. Our safety rating on DOT and FMSCSA is like 10% right now. So we're like better than the national average. We're very safe. And anyways, that was just a bad week, and I still have nightmares about it. But that one driver gave me 2 giant insurance claims, and it was not good. So anyways, that's why this truck stop kind of holds a special place in my heart, because I was here for 5 days and I ate their pizza. The pizza's pretty good, and they got a Denny's. I went and just got an omelet for lunch at the Denny's, so it's not a bad place to be. And anyways, probably wrap up the video here. Just be safe out there, guys. Do what you can to protect yourself and your truck. I mean, even if it's not entirely your fault, if you cause or are part of the cause of a pretty big accident, you're gonna get fired. That's just the reality, because trucking companies can't afford to keep unsafe drivers. And I see them everywhere. Every giant truck stop I go to, there's always somebody that is picking up the pieces from their bumper that just got ripped off. So anyways, drive safe, guys. My trailer's almost done. I just had to drop it for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna get headed home. So we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.